Hello students, good time to all. I am Chandan Kumar Pradhan. Welcome to your YouTube channel Chandan Physics. In this video, we are going to discuss orthogonality of Bessel's function. Let's begin. If alpha and beta are the roots of the equation Jn of x is equal to 0, then the condition of orthogonality of Bessel's function over the interval 0 to 1 is given by, that is integration from 0 to 1 x Jn alpha x into Jn beta x dx is equal to 0. What is that of condition? When alpha is not equal to beta. Again, the condition for normalization is the integration over 0 to 1 x Jn alpha x square dx is equal to half Jn plus 1 x square. What is that of condition? If alpha is equal to beta. When alpha is equal to beta, then the condition will be this. If alpha is not equal to beta, then the condition will be that. Now we prove that orthogonality of that Bessel's function. Proof. What is that of Bessel's differential equation? The differential equation form x square d2y by dx square plus x dy by dx plus x square minus n square whole into y is equal to 0 from equation 1, which is known as Bessel's differential equation. Let us consider two Bessel's function of first kind of order n. Two Bessel's function of first kind order n, that is given as, let u is equal to Jn of x, Jn of alpha x, Jn of alpha x, and v, that is Jn of beta x. Now substituting alpha x, for x and u for y in equation 1, we get alpha square x square d2u d alpha x2 plus alpha x du d of alpha x plus alpha square u square minus n square u is equal to 0, or that is alpha square x square divided by alpha square from that term, that is d2u dx2 plus here that is alpha x divided by alpha du dx plus alpha square x square, sorry, that term is x square minus n square u is equal to 0. Here alpha square cancel out, you have x square d2u dx2 plus alpha cancel out, x du dx plus alpha square x square minus n square u is equal to 0, or that is x square, that is the second order differentiation of u, that is u double dash plus x first order differentiation of u single dash plus alpha square x square minus n square whole into u is equal to 0. Similarly, substituting beta x for x and v for y in equation number 1, what we have, similar way we can write, that is x square v double dash plus x v single dash plus beta square x square minus n square into v is equal to 0. Here let equation number 2, here let equation number 3. Now multiplying that 2, here multiplying equation 2 by v by x and 3 by u by x and subtracting what we have, we have x square u double dash v divided by x plus xv x u dash plus alpha square x square minus n square uv by x minus x square v double dash u by x minus x v dash u divided by x minus beta square x square minus n square whole into v u divided by x is equal to 0. Now simplifying that one, the terms, we separate the terms like, here x 1x cancel out, here 1x will be there, again 1x will be there, then extracting that bracket term, one term is cancelled out like minus n square uv by x, that is plus n square uv by x. Finally we achieve x whole into u double dash v plus u v double dash plus u dash v minus u v dash plus alpha square minus beta square, that is x u v. When we expand these two brackets, 1x cancel out, here also 1x cancel out, therefore we take common here x u v is equal to 0. These two terms is nothing, that is the derivative of dy dx of x u dash v minus u v dash is equal to beta square minus alpha square, that side, that will be plus beta square minus alpha square x u v, that equation number 4. Now integrating both sides, what we have, that is that term written like this, d of x u dash v minus u v dash into, that is beta square x square x u v dx. This will be the equation number 4. Now integrating both sides from 0 to 1, we get, let's take an integration. over that term, that is integration from d of x u dash b u v dash from 0 to 1 is equal to from 0 to 1 beta square minus alpha square whole into x u v dx. Therefore, the term will be x u dash b minus u v dash, taking the limit from 0 to 1 is equal to beta square minus alpha square as constant to that of outside, then integration from 0 to 1 x u v dx. Okay, let I prepare here equation number 5. Again, but we know u is equal to jn of alpha x. Therefore, u dash will be how much? That is d by dx of jn alpha x. Therefore, the term will be, we can write by using chain rule here, d by d alpha x jn alpha x or d of alpha x dx. This term is nothing, by differentiating that term what we get, or u dash is equal to here alpha dx by dx 1, that is alpha, that term will be j n dash of alpha x. Okay, that equation number 6. Similarly, for v we substitute jn of beta x. Therefore, then we can say v dash is equal to beta jn dash of beta x, that is equation number 7. Now, putting the values like u dash and v dash in that equation number 5, putting the values of u dash and v dash in equation 5, we get first we put that is x whole into alpha jn dash alpha x jn beta x minus jn alpha x into beta jn dash beta x the limit from 0 to 1 is equal to beta square minus alpha square integration from 0 to 1 x jn alpha x jn beta x dx, or taking upper limit and lower limit here, when we put in place of 1 for that of x, we have alpha jn dash alpha jn beta minus beta jn dash of beta jn alpha. Just we put the upper limit, then putting that of lower limit 0, all terms are cancelled, only the upper limit exists, is equal to beta square minus alpha square of integration from 0 to 1 x jn of alpha x jn of beta x dx, or integration from 0 to 1 x then alpha x then beta x dx is equal to, that is alpha jn dash alpha beta jn of beta minus beta jn of alpha jn dash of beta, just the term, divided by beta square minus alpha square here. Equation number 8. But alpha and beta are distinct roots, but alpha and beta are distinct roots of jn of x is equal to 0. Then jn of alpha is equal to jn of beta is equal to 0. Therefore, putting these values in that of equation, that integral changes to 0. So, equation 8 becomes, that will be integration from 0 to 1 x jn of alpha x jn of beta x dx is equal to 0. That is equation number 9. When that of condition alpha is not equal to beta, which is known as the orthogonality condition, of Bessel's function. First condition we get when alpha is not equal to beta. Now we have to take when beta is equal to alpha, what should be the procedure? That is the condition for normalization. Now we prove the condition of normalization. Proof of condition of normalization. Condition of normalization when alpha is equal to beta. That means when alpha is equal to beta, that we can say alpha square is equal to beta square. Then the RHS of equation number 18, here is the equation number 18, that will be 0 by 0 form. When we implement that particular beta square is equal to alpha square, that will be 0 by 0 term. The equation 8 becomes 0 by 0 form, that is indeterminate form. So, the value of this term, so the value of this term, since it is 0, therefore we have to calculate its value. So, the value of this term can be found by considering alpha as a root of jn of x is equal to 0 and beta approaching to alpha. Since the term is in the form like 0 by 0, therefore to get that value we have to introduce jn of x is equal to 0 as alpha is one of its root and beta approaching to alpha. Therefore that equation 8 can be written like this: limit beta tends to alpha, beta approaching to alpha, beta tends to alpha, integration from 0 to 1, that is x, that integral like this: Jn of alpha x, Jn of beta x dx is equal to, again the limit beta approaching to alpha, beta tends to alpha, that term will be alpha Jn dash alpha Jn of beta divided by beta square minus alpha square. Since Jn of alpha is equal to 0, here the negative of that quantity in that of equation, this portion will be 0, the second one is 0. Only that term exists as Jn of x is equal to 0. Now use L'Hospital rule in that of equation. Using L'Hospital rule, L'Hospital rule to find that solution, what we have: limit beta tends to alpha, integration from 0 to 1, x Jn alpha x Jn beta x dx is equal to limit beta tends to alpha, here Jn dash alpha, that is d by d beta of Jn of beta divided by, again the differentiation of this, here also a term will be there will be a term alpha is here, okay. That term, since the differentiation of alpha will be 0, only beta square exists, that is d by d beta of beta square, okay. Or limit beta tends to alpha, integration of 0 to 1, x Jn of alpha x Jn of beta x dx is equal to, here limit beta tends to alpha, that will be alpha Jn dash alpha, that will be Jn dash of beta divided by differentiation of that of beta will be 2 beta. Now we use that limiting value concept, that is beta tends to alpha, in place of beta we substitute alpha, therefore integration from 0 to 1 x Jn alpha x, here in place of beta we substitute alpha, Jn alpha x dx is equal to, again here in place of beta we substitute alpha, that is alpha Jn dash alpha and Jn dash alpha divided by 2 alpha, as beta tends to alpha, in place of beta we substitute alpha, or integration from 0 to 1 x Jn alpha x Jn alpha x, that will be Jn alpha x whole square dx is equal to, that is half Jn dash alpha whole square. Let equation number 10, here is the equation number 10. But from the recurrence relation, Jn dash of x is equal to n by x Jn of x minus j n plus 1 of x. So here in place of Jn dash of alpha we use that recurrence relation. Therefore Jn dash alpha is equal to n by alpha Jn of alpha minus Jn plus 1 of alpha, or that is Jn dash alpha is equal to, since Jn of alpha is equal to 0, this term will be 0, only that term exists, that will be minus Jn plus 1 alpha, as Jn of alpha is equal to 0. That means Jn dash alpha is equal to minus of Jn 1 plus alpha. Using this in equation number 10 we have, that is integration from 0 to 1 x Jn alpha x square dx, Jn alpha x square dx is equal to half, in place of Jn dash alpha I use minus j n plus 1 alpha square. Finally integration from 0 to 1 x Jn alpha x square dx is equal to half minus 1 square, that is 1 Jn plus 1 alpha. This is the normalization condition, which is the normalization condition of Bessel's function. Now here is the normalization condition. Previously that one is the condition for orthogonality of Bessel's function. This is equation 9 and that one is equation number 11. Combining these two, combining equation 11, 9 and 11, we get, that is integration from 0 to 1 x Jn alpha x Jn beta x dx is equal to half j n plus 1 square alpha delta of alpha beta, whereas delta of alpha beta is the Kronecker delta function and we know delta of alpha beta is equal to 1 when the condition for alpha is equal to beta, and it will be 0 for alpha is not equal to beta. This is the orthogonality property of Bessel's function. So with the help of this video lecture we understand what is that of orthogonality of Bessel's function. Two conditions, when alpha not equal to beta, when alpha is equal to beta. Now we prove it, simple proceeding like this. First equation we achieve taking the substitutions for that condition alpha not equal to beta. Again prove that a condition for normalization, that means when alpha is equal to beta, we use the limiting concept as it will be in the form of 0 by 0. See the second one, condition alpha is equal to beta, which is known as the normalization condition of Bessel's function, and combining these two we write it in a single equation by using the Kronecker delta function, and in that of condition alpha is equal to beta, that will be 1, alpha is not equal to beta, that will be 0. So with this useful and informative notes, let me wind up this session. Thank you.